And now the most nervous that Teresa Garza's ever been in a volleyball environment is probably putting on a headset. How do you describe what happened in sets 1 and 4 versus what happened in sets 2 and 3?
Really, it was just like a mental shift in our game. We all came together in the locker room after the second set, and we knew, like, we weren't performing the way that we normally perform. We weren't executing our plays, and, like, our energy wasn't the same. We kind of came together collectively and decided, like, hey, we only have 2 games left in the whole season. Like, let's make it worth something, and let's go out with a bang, and let's just go out there. Volleyball is supposed to be fun, and I think we went out there, we played together, we had a lot of fun, and we executed well.
Well, nobody executed better than you did. You had the last 4 kills of the third set. Then you had the first 5 of the fourth set. You at one point had 9 of 10 kills that Northwestern State had. How did the switch flip? Because you were hitting low 100s. You end up hitting 367 for the match. What flipped for you?
It really came down to just it being my senior season, and this is one of the last times I'm going to be out on the court. It's just, there's a lot of emotion going into it. I've played volleyball as long as I can remember, and I knew this wasn't a way that I wanted to end the season the way I started out, and I kind of shifted in my head, and I brought my teammates along with me, and it was a group effort. We all supported each other through it all.
20 kills, 22 kills actually, a 20-kill match, double-double with 12 digs. Also 3 aces, also 2 assists. Down the stretch, Kaylee was talking about, Kaylee was a former player of the year in the Southland Conference, and she's talked about that as an attacker and a 6-rotation player that you have to be willing sometimes to set, right?
Yeah.
So kind of how did that come about? Because in the last several matches, we've seen when you're going to get the first opportunity for defense, your head coach, Sean Kirikoff, has subbed out Gabby Seeds. Why have you been willing to step in and be a setter at that point?
Well, I've always been willing to step in and set my whole life, my whole career. If we had injuries, I was like, Coach, I can do it. Just give me a chance. And at the beginning of the season, when Reagan Ham went out with the injury, I was going to setter training at the beginning of the season. And then fortunately, we picked up Gabby, and we were like, okay, Teresa, we don't need you anymore. But the last few matches, we tried something different just to have a bigger block on the outside. And Coach Sean trusted me to run the offense, and I'm never going to back down from that. I look at it as a challenge and just an opportunity to play volleyball.
Well,
so.
and look, the only problem is you can't set yourself.
No, I can't, but I just try to give them a hittable ball, and I let them do the work. They're not the best sets, but when my teammates work with it, I'm just so proud of them.
Well, look, I mean, how many times in your career throughout the course of your whole life have you had to work with a not great set, right? Sometimes it happens, and you as an attacker have to be willing to go out and do that. Look, you mentioned your senior season. You obviously got Southeastern Louisiana coming in on Saturday. This is our last broadcast, so we're not going to be able to air the match on Saturday. What's this journey been like for you, from Wyoming to Natchitoches to being able to play with some of the players that you have? What's that been like? Obviously, being able to play against your sister,
Yeah.
which has been cool, and we obviously got to highlight that a couple of weeks ago. What's the journey been like for you?
Wow, truly a blessing. Like, I'm so grateful for every single opportunity since I started playing volleyball at my mom's club, and moving on from high school. Playing with my sister in high school was a huge blessing as well. And then playing at Wyoming, I met some awesome people. One of my best friends from Wyoming, my roommate over there, she flew in to come watch my last 2 matches.
Awesome.
So I've made great friendships there. And then moving here, another blessing. I've met incredible people. It's just been such a journey. There's so many great things that have come from this sport, and all glory to God, because He has placed me everywhere that I needed to be in life.
There is a right answer to the question I'm about to ask you, so think carefully.
Okay.
Laramie, Wyoming versus Natchitoches, Louisiana, better food.
Natchitoches,
Thank you.
Louisiana.
Thank you. That's the right answer. I just wanted to make sure you were aware there is a right answer to that question.
There is a right answer. Laramie does have really great steaks. I'll give them that.
And by the way, did want to get a shout out from Zach Carroll, a.k.a. Corn Dog, who is your biggest fan. He's back in the truck. There you see him right there. Absolute love from the guys in the truck, including Corn Dog. And look, when you got a fan named Corn Dog, you got to be doing something right in life. That's for sure.
Thank you, Corn Dog.
Teresa, by the way, that's going to be his ringtone now on his phone from now on. Teresa, been an absolute joy watching you for the last couple of years and calling your matches. And to end on this, for our broadcast, obviously you've got another match to play, but a double-double with 22 kills, getting in there and setting late, having the streak that you did, leading the team to the win, just really cool stuff for you, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. That's Teresa Garza, senior from Alvin, Texas, and transferred in last year from Wyoming, having a terrific match to finish out our broadcast season here for Northwestern State. So big thanks to Teresa for joining us.
Thank y'all.